Stay hydrated, kids. So the other day, I was craving Texas style barbecue, but here in the Midwest, it's a bit hard. Our choices are pretty limited here when it comes to Texas style barbecue. Usually everyone has their go-to. It's either Green Street smoked meats or Umamicue. The point is, everyone already knows about these spots, and the lines are always really long, and the wait time is usually really long, which is kind of tedious. I wanted something new, so I decided to look around and found Umamicue. From what I know currently, they operate as a pop-up restaurant in the Logan Square area of Chicago, and they use the kitchen of this bar called Spilt Milk. They don't have the most extensive options on the menu as other restaurants, since it is a pop-up restaurant and their space is pretty limited, but everything that they do serve is pretty top-notch. They also have vegan options, which is also nice to have, just in case if you have friends that are vegan. Now onto the food. First thing we have are the appetizers, and the first appetizer that we had was the brisket egg rolls. The wrapper was perfectly golden brown and crispy. The vegetables that are also inside the veggies are soft, but yet it had like a nice snap to it, which was awesome. And the brisket itself tasted really good. I'm not sure if they also use smoked brisket inside the spring rolls, but it did taste like smoked brisket inside the spring rolls. Now the sauce that they gave us, or that goes along with it, is kind of like a mix between a sweet chili sauce and barbecue sauce. It has a little bit of a kick, a good amount of sweetness, and that tanginess. It was just perfect. It was really a great addition to the whole thing. We also got smashed cucumbers. I don't know what they did to it, but it was awesome. It was a great palate cleanser. It has a little kick to it. It was a little sharp. I'm assuming it tasted a little sharp because of the vinegar, kind of effervescent almost. It was really great. And the cucumber itself was really good. It was a little soft, yet it retained its crunch. It was awesome. It's kind of like a thicker version of kimchi, if that makes sense. We also got blue crab rangoons. It was very nice and filling, kind of heavy, but it was very creamy. It was really good, although it was creamy to a point to where you can't really taste the blue crab meat that they used to stuff it in the actual rangoon itself. It was still really good though. But with the sauce that they give, it was great. The sauce that they gave made it 100 times better. Because it was very creamy, it needed that kick, that sweetness, that tanginess to actually cut through the whole like creaminess of the entire thing. It just made everything taste more rounded, more whole, if that makes sense. The fries were good too. Old reliable fries. Nothing special about it, nothing bad about it, nothing great about it. It was perfect. Crispy on the outside, soft on the inside. They gave us some sriracha aioli to go along with it, and that was really good too. It was just good. It was just really good. Now, enough of the apps. Time for the main entrees. First off was the crispy pork belly. Now, pork belly is usually very fatty. No exception, this one was also fatty, but the lean meat was a little bit closer to the skin, so it had a little bit of the intermuscular fat thing going on. It was that was good.
Is there sauce? Yeah?
The pork was smoky. It was fatty, it was crispy, it had a nice chew, but also a nice crunch. It had great texture and flavor. It was just a mixture of really good things all in one. It was awesome. It was just awesome.
Just the skin.
In that pork skin, oh my god. I don't know what kind of season they put in. I'm assuming mainly it was salt and then it was like roasted for a couple hours or so. Dude, that skin, the crunch on that thing was unbelievable. I did not record the crunch because I didn't bring my mic to the whole thing because I forgot. I forgot to bring my mic to the whole filming process. But trust me on this one, the crunch is worth it. The flavor that goes along with the crunch, even though it wasn't as fatty as the other pork bellies that I've had, it's still pork belly, so it's the more you eat it, the heavier it tastes, and it just gets even fattier and fattier. But with the pickled radish and the carrots that they give along with it, it just gave enough acidity to cut through the whole thing, to cut through the fat basically. Gave off another layer of flavors, which was really nice. Made the whole thing taste brighter in a sense. Now probably my favorite thing that night, which is the brisket. Mr. Charles Wong, you've done Franklin's barbecue justice.
So tender. That's tender.
You don't have to, but it's good, so.
The smoke ring on this bad boy is really pretty to look at. The smoky aroma coming out of the meat, the tender, very juicy meat itself. It was probably the best brisket I've had, by far. It's barbecue perfection. I want to go back there so bad just to get the brisket. It tasted like a very traditional Texas style barbecue brisket, but like on a trend cycle or something. It was that good. Mr. Charles Wong, hats off to you. You basically made barbecue perfection here in the Midwest.
Oh my god, hello. Oh, look at that part, dude. It's very charred.
You blew it. You blew it like it was hot, but it's not.
It was so good, yo. The smoke ring was there. It was very smoky. The meat was so tender, dog. It's probably one of the best briskets I've ever had. And it's hard to find stuff like this in the Midwest, and it's right there. And it sucks that not a lot of people know about it yet, because people should be falling in line. There should be a long line just for that brisket. It was really good. It was awesome. Dipped in that sauce too. Actual flames, man. Actual flames. And finally, the pork belly banh mi. Their crispy pork belly was already good into itself, but in a banh mi form. The rolls that they use is fresh. It crumbles beautifully in your hand. It had a nice crust. The pork belly was really good in itself already. With the vegetables, eaten with the vegetables inside the banh mi, the pickled vegetables, the cilantro, the jalapenos. It was just awesome. It was perfect. I wouldn't say it's the most traditional banh mi there is, but it was really good that it was on a different league onto its own. It's one of the best banh mi's I've ever had, actually. That's saying a lot. It was so good, man. I could just go back there, get the brisket and the banh mi. Oh, they also serve the brisket and banh mi form. I just got the pork belly banh mi. I should have gotten the brisket banh mi too. I bet that would have been awesome. I might go back there and just try the brisket banh mi. And yeah, that's gonna be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching the video and supporting me throughout this whole YouTube thing that I'm doing. If you guys have any suggestions on how to improve the channel or places for me to visit here in the Chicago area or Illinois area, leave it in the comments. I'll try to interact with you guys so much as I can, help improve this channel. And yeah, that's it. Like, subscribe, share. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Stay hydrated and bye.